Welcome back to the Swearwolves. I'm Bret.
I'm David.
David, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm all right, too. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of bad news last night, and it involves a celebrity that both you and I kind of admire.
Yeah, definitely.
Like one of the members, this is going to be old news by the time that this episode comes out, but it is fresh in our head, so I thought we should discuss it because it's been really bothering me since last night. Taylor Hawkins, the drummer for Foo Fighters,
Dude, it's insane.
passed away at 50 years old.
I just saw him like 3 weeks ago at a show here in Phoenix.
I know. And you know, they just released that movie Studio 666.
Yeah, which when I got the news, I was in the process of queuing it up on my TV.
Yeah.
And then you texted me and I was like, what the fuck?
And then they just released an album.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Dream Widow, and it's awesome.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how quick
And
it seems to happen to some people, and we don't know any details on his death, and nor do I think that I'm entitled to any details. Like, I'm not his family.
Yeah, exactly. It's none of our business.
It's none of my business, but it's like
tragic nonetheless.
One day someone's here and you're like, oh wow, you know, I'm gonna go see them in concert. And yeah, I listen to Howard Stern, and Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins
like
seemingly are always on Howard Stern.
Yeah,
like every 6 months Dave Grohl is on there and Taylor Hawkins is always with him.
Yeah,
and
I know they were very close.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It's awful. It's tragic, and I don't necessarily believe in like any like afterlife or anything like that. But if there is, I know he's in the good place.
Yeah,
because he was a good one.
Dude.
And it amazes me that like this is how you know the world is fucked up. Is because someone like Taylor Hawkins at 50 years old, who brings so much joy to so many people, dies, and yet there's pieces of shit
that live to be like 90.
Yeah,
who
eat double bacon cheeseburgers every fucking day.
Yeah, aren't you dead yet?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like you deserve death more than more than him. So I feel for his family and for his friends and for his fans.
Yeah, it sucks.
So, but I don't want to dwell on that too much longer because we try to be funny.
We got some movies to talk about.
So let's give him something to talk about, Taylor.
Let's do it. It's for you, Taylor. You're my boy.
Sad. So we picked a couple of movies this week, and you actually picked them. They've been on our list for
seemingly forever.
It's almost 4 years, 3.5 years that we've been doing this podcast.
Something like that.
And I think that these two movies
have been on there since like day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us what movies you picked.
We're doing Pitch Black and 30 Days of Night.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, a little darkness kind of theme.
I've never seen either one of these movies.
That's crazy. I saw them both in the theater, but I don't think I've seen either of them since then. So it was a really long time for both of these movies.
Pitch Black came out in 2000, so we'll talk about that one first.
You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
Pitch Black came out February 18th in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000. Flying cars.
I always liked it. After it was the year 2000 and they still did
it. Yeah. It's a good bit.
Came out February 18th, 2000. What was the number one movie?
I feel good about this one.
Go ahead.
Which, every time I feel good, I'm always wrong. I know Scream 3 came out around this time. I'm going to say it was Scream 3.
It was not Scream 3.
Fuck.
It was a little movie, another movie that I must not have watched movies back at this time period in my life because the movie was called The Whole Nine Yards. That's with Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
I think Matthew Perry.
Yes, he is.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good. Michael Clark Duncan.
There's also The Whole 10 Yards. Isn't that the sequel?
Yeah, that one sucked. I saw that one too. But the first one, Whole 9 Yards, is pretty funny.
It's
From
like,
what I remember.
It's like Analyze This and Analyze That. I've never seen either one of those either.
I've seen Analyze This. Yeah.
I think at that point in time, like, what was I, 23, 22?
I
was probably really poor.
Yeah.
I was living on my own. And I was like, just sitting there watching basic cable at home, my apartment.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
The early days of YouTube. You were like, oh my God, there's videos that you can watch.
Not in 2000? There was no YouTube in 2000.
2000.
Fucking internet. Come on. You couldn't even barely send a picture.
Yeah, you still had the flip phone with the antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one song.
I'm going Beautiful Day by U2.
It's a beautiful day. I saw them in concert.
Yeah?
I think. Was that? It must have been around this time.
Mm-hmm. Was it good?
It was really good. I used to really like U2, and it was a case for me where I would listen to U2 all the fucking time, to the point where I got sick of U2, and so now I don't listen to U2. I still like them, but I don't
feel
listen.
the same way. I don't listen to U2 hardly ever.
But I used to listen to the shit out of the album Achtung Baby.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
thought
a great
that
album.
was their best album, and I listened to it all the fucking time until I just one day was like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like when Forrest Gump stops running.
Do you remember the music video for Numb?
Yes.
With the Edge and like the girls like licking him and putting their feet in his face and stuff.
Yeah.
That video was so weird.
It was awesome.
It was kind
I
of
like that one.
Yeah, it was cool.
No, that wasn't the number one song though. The number one song was a little song by a band called Savage Garden.
Oh, Crazy Madly Deeply?
I Knew I Loved You.
Oh, before I met you.
I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. We are good.
Yeah, we are.
If they're hearing what I'm hearing, we got a record deal coming.
Yes.
Pitch Black was written by Ken and Jim Wheat.
Wheat. They wrote Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
And The Fly too.
Oh, shit.
Look at me doing the
Good for
research
those
also.
Those Wheat brothers.
Those Wheat brothers.
The Wheat.
David Twohy. Twohy?
Twohy?
I'm just going to call him Twohy. Twohy, because it's T-W-O-H-Y. Twohy.
Yeah, Twohy. Twohy.
David Twohy also helped write it, and he wrote Warlock and Critters too.
I'll be damned.
So we
I
got
know that name looked familiar.
Yeah, from Warlock.
Yeah, okay.
That we just did. That's why we don't know how to pronounce it, because I think we did
we
the
still
same.
don't.
But he also directed this movie, David Twohy. Twatty.
Twatty.
The squatty twatty. Music by Graham Revell.
Yeah, he did The Crow.
Oh.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to The Crow?
The score, yeah.
The score?
Right.
Yeah. But the soundtrack to The Score,
it's awesome.
The Crow, was one of those albums that I would listen to all the time. I have not seen The Crow in many years, but I was thinking recently, I was like, you know what? I should watch it.
It's good.
And my wife told me she's never seen it, so
Really?
I was like, you should watch
It's
it.
been several years, but I have a feeling it's still good.
Yeah, it's been... That movie probably came out in 92.
92, 93, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so it's probably been...
Maybe 94.
30 years since I've seen it.
You have to let me know what you think.
Yeah. That's horror adjacent, right? I guess
It's in the
genre.
It's in the family tree somewhere.
We always see that kid dressed up like the Crow at the
all
fucking
the
conventions.
shows. Yeah.
Like,
We
hey,
do.
the Crow.
It's the Crow.
It's not the Crow. It's that kid.
Yeah.
Are they doing something with the Crow? Are they bringing it back?
Oh, I don't know. I hope not.
I think they are.
Leave it alone.
I think they're bringing it back.
Better not.
The fact that they made other movies after Crow,
After Brandon Lee. Yeah.
after Brandon Lee died.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah. Casted this movie. Vin Diesel. This is like one of Vin Diesel's
Early.
first roles.
I think this is what put him on the map.
This put him on the map. He plays Richard B. Riddick. Everybody just calls him Riddick.
Dick Riddick.
Dick B. Riddick.
Dick B. Riddick.
You know what the
That's a name.
B stands for?
Hmm.
Big Dick. But it's reversed.
They call him Big Dick Riddick.
Yeah. It's reversed. It's
Uh-huh.
Dick Big. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like Spanish, where like the adjective comes after.
Yes,
There you go.
exactly. Is it Rada Mitchell?
I don't know. Rada?
Rada Mitchell as
Red hair?
Tooey.
Yeah.
Rada Mitchell as Carolyn Fry. Cole Hauser as William J. Johns. Billy J. Johns.
Isn't J. John like a toilet?
Yeah,
Like a
J.
porta
John.
like a porta potty?
Yeah, they just call everybody by their last names in this movie. It's like being on a football team.
What do they call him J. John? Fucking porta shit.
We have Rihanna Griffith as Jack. Keith David plays
Yeah.
Abu Imam al-Walid.
That's a mouthful.
You're telling me.
They just call me Man. I can't remember.
Imam. Yeah. There's some other people in this movie, but nobody like of any importance.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool to see Keith David.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah.
When he popped up, I was like, I forgot he's in this movie.
Budget for this movie was $23 million. What do you think it made in the box office?
They made sequels 23. I'll say it made 60.
Made $53.2 million.
Nice.
So it did pretty good for itself.
Yeah.
Like we said, it put Vin Diesel on the map. Dude,
Got him some other movies.
Vin Diesel was yoked in this movie.
Pretty big boy.
But you want to know something? What the fuck has Vin Diesel done besides Fast and Furious movies?
I don't know.
And Pitch Black movies.
Did he do that Boiler Room movie?
Boiler Room came out right around the same time as this.
And he did something else too that I want to say like...
The Pacifier.
Yeah.
Or something.
Wait.
No, maybe,
no.
maybe
Is that The Rock?
Rock?
I think that's The Rock.
But I think he did a movie.
He's done some dramas.
He did The Pacifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
He did a comedy where he was like, like they get the big dumb guy.
Yeah.
The Rock's done that shit.
Put him
too.
like the
They
tooth,
put him in a tutu.
Is he in the Tooth Fairy movie?
That's The Rock.
That's The Rock? Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And Hulk Hogan did it back in the day. Arnold Schwarzenegger
Kindergarten
has
Cop.
done it.
Yeah.
It's like get the biggest, yokest guy and make him funny.
And put
Make
him
him
in a
stupid.
role where he's got to be gentle.
With kids.
Yeah. Because that's funny.
Yeah. Ooh, that classic Hollywood formula never fucking fails.
He's a big yoked out guy.
She's
a third grader.
put them together.
They're unstoppable.
David.
Yeah.
It's the future. The future is now, my friend.
We're here.
We're
It's
here.
arrived.
The future has arrived.
It's a flying car right there.
There's a spaceship, and it's transporting people.
Like 40 passengers.
Yeah, and they're just like, hey, we were on vacation in fucking
Yeah,
Mars.
you want to go to Neptune?
Go to...
Take a trip to Uranus? Settle up. Put you in the cryo sleep.
It's too easy. It's too
Yeah.
easy. You know, I had a physics teacher in high school who refused to call it Uranus because every time people would
be like,
snicker. So he wouldn't call it Uranus because Uranus is still really
it has
close.
urine in it. Yeah.
So he would just call it Uranus. Then it was like, well, you can't make fun of that. And he was like, exactly.
Watch me. Somebody's doing like the fucking Goodwill Hunting equation of like, how can we make this into a joke?
Uranus.
Okay.
It's like, Brett, if you just put that much effort into your physics homework, you'd have an A in this class.
Nope.
Instead, you have a D. I'm like, is a D passing? Well, kind of. All right.
Your wife got that D last night.
Oh!
There's the joke. Done.
Equals dick joke.
Carry the one.
Dick joke.
Dick joke.
Anyway, they're transporting all these fucks. And there's there are all sorts of people. It's not like a police transport. It's just like
It's just a hodgepodge of...
it's just like an airplane.
Yeah.
It's like, come on in, fall asleep for a while,
Wake
and then
up
when you wake
and-
up, wouldn't that be the fucking shit if they could do that like now?
Yeah.
Like even to fly to like the East Coast.
Yeah, just knock me out for a couple hours and you wake up and you're like,
That cannot be healthy for people.
no.
Because even going, have you ever had
That's what
anesthesia?
happened to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's right.
He thought he was going to wake up in fucking Maine or something.
No, he
No.
didn't wake up at all. But he used that to go to sleep every night.
Yeah, I know. That's insane.
That is insane. Have you ever had anesthesia?
No. I've heard it's wild, though.
It's-
It's where you just all of a sudden you're awake, then you're not, and then you're awake.
Yeah.
You don't dream.
No. And you
It's like time travel.
I've had it twice. The first time I was okay. The second time I was really nauseous too. So and you kind of just don't know what's going on. You're kind of like, what the fuck just happened? And then like within a few seconds, it's
Yeah,
not
like,
it's not like 10
okay.
minutes goes by and you're like, huh? Where am I? It's
that's what I get.
seconds.
Like if I take a nap or something, I wake up and I'm like, what? I feel like Kyle Reese. Like, what day is this? What year?
You're naked in the
Yeah,
middle of the
like,
street.
What the hell's going on? Find a dumpster. Fucking break into a Sears and get a trench coat.
Your boots, your clothes,
And your motorcycle.
I know that wasn't Kyle Reese, but
Still.
whatever, it works.
Yeah, you carried
But
the- carried the one.
Kyle Reese was just in The Walking,
Walking
Dead.
Dead. Yeah, that was cool.
That was a good episode.
That was an awesome episode.
best episode of the season.
I would say so.
Of the second part of the 3-parter that is the final season. They're extending it.
So many people have checked out of that show, though. I feel like the last couple seasons have been really good.
They've been good, but they're
There's
just
still lulls.
stretching- they're just stretching
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
and there are some episodes where you're like, all right, well, nothing happened.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nothing happened this week.
See you next week.
Yep.
But when it's good, it's really good.
Yeah, and when it's bad,
Yeah,
Chris
it's just-
Hardwick will say that it's good. Fuck.
I don't even watch that shit.
Neither do I. But he always, I see him interject his fucking viewpoints.
He's like, oh, what are we gonna do? My name's Chris Hardwick, and this is you, the Talking Dead.
What's going on with it? Are they gonna find the bag of fruit? Like, who gives a fuck?
Fuck you, Chris Hardwick.
Get out of here, asshole.
No one asked your opinion.
Go get a podcast.
He did have a podcast. Did he? He was the Nerdist.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He sold the Nerdist though. He probably made mint off of that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Fucking Chris. But he also married fucking Rich. He married who's the one? Who's the chick who back in like the 70s? Hearst. Patty Hearst?
Yeah. Oh, like her
married,
daughter.
I think it's her daughter, or he married a Hearst.
That does sound familiar. Yeah.
So they like go to the Hearst Castle
That's cool.
because it's hers and her family's.
Yeah, I want to go to there.
Fucking rich.
He'd knock me out and just wake me up when we're at the Hearst Castle.
And Chris Hardwick's there, and you're both naked.
Like,
this
this
week
week
on the
what's
Talking-
going to happen? Will they, won't they? Oh, Chris. The answer is, won't they?
The answer is, how much?
Yeah, what's this pay? Can I be on The Walking Dead? Do you have hookups?
No, he doesn't.
I will do anything for a good role.
He just talks about shows that happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's Chris Hardwick's job.
Yeah, they just talk about movies and
He just does what we do.
ridiculous.
He just does this bullshit, only better.
Yeah. Only people want to listen. People want to be guests.
I wonder how many fans of The Walking Dead go, oh, God, I can't wait for Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And how many fans are like me and they see Chris Hardwick and they're like, shut your fucking mouth.
Dude, anytime I'm watching The Walking Dead, like when Chris Hardwick pops up on the screen, my wife's like, turn that shit off.
There you go.
And like as soon as the episode is over, because it always launches right into Talking Dead, she's
Yeah.
like, no, change the channel.
My wife is the same way. My
I'd
wife
be like, what do you want me to
doesn't
put on?
like
She's like, doesn't fucking matter. Put on anything. Put on infomercials for all I care.
it. All right. We haven't even gotten out of
No.
the first scene. Let's kind of
Let's move
fucking
this
go
along.
through this. It's been fucking 20
There's
minutes already.
like a meteor shower.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they're flying.
Yeah.
And a meteor shower comes. Like they had no plans,
Like forecasts. You can't, there's no radar.
or even if there wasn't, it's like, okay, you know what could happen? Like maybe we should plan for
Meteorites?
this. Like we should
Maybe
plan
we should
for
fortify the ship so it doesn't get holes punched in it like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe like a system that wakes you up an hour before.
Yeah.
Like when you're on a plane, like they know like, oh, there's a storm coming ahead. We're going to divert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
And
in
the
the
captain
future,
comes
though,
on.
that technology's gone.
Yeah,
It's
the
lost.
captain, or maybe like a robot who's like,
A danger. Wake up. Oh, fuck. Get up.
or even a voice. It's like, wake up, wake up,
You're all fucked.
Hal. What was the name of the? What was the?
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
name of the guy.
Hal.
Yeah, I know, but what was the name of the guy?
Dave.
Dave. Wake
Sorry,
up,
Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
But nobody wakes them up.
No.
Little tiny BBs.
The robot was like, oh, they look so cute. I'll just let them be.
But little,
yeah, they're little.
little tiny meteorites come crashing through, and they just start
Fucking
busting
people
through
up.
everything
Yeah.
and killing people. They kill the captain, who's in stasis. Everybody's in stasis. It's like nobody's left awake. What is it? What?
Yeah, he wakes up on the other side. He's like,
Do you need a captain?
we in Biloxi yet? They're like, you're dead, my friend. Like, fuck. This is heaven.
But nobody stays awake. What do you need a captain for?
Yeah, what's your point?
The whole ride is
Autopilot.
Yeah. You fucking piece of
Fucking
shit.
future's
The
ridiculous.
future sucks. I'm boycotting it. Well, one of the passengers is this guy Riddick.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He's killed like 1 billion people.
He's killed everyone on Earth.
Everyone is dead because of Riddick. And this guy Johns is the guy who has captured him.
Yes.
And he's got him.
He's a cop.
Yeah. He's got him like blindfolded and
handcuffed and everything.
And he's
Not
got
fucking
a bit
around.
in his mouth like a horse. He's all but they so then the like co-captain or co-pilot or whatever wakes up and
Red Ha.
Fry. And well, she's not the co-pilot. I felt like she was maybe she was the co-pilot. There was another guy too.
Yeah, that's right.
So there was 3 in the crew. One of them died. That was the captain, and then these two
are left, and she's trying to like navigate the asteroid field or whatever it is. And
She's
like,
gonna land on this planet.
and she's like, "We got too much weight. What could we do? I'm gonna cut all these passengers loose. Fuck them.
Yeah, and the
It's
guy,
them or us.
the other guy, he's like, "Don't fucking do that."
Don't you do that? That's bad."
And so he blocks her from doing that. Like he puts a stick in the door.
He just holds her head, doesn't let her push the button. He's like, "Oh."
Damn these T-Rex arms.
He's like, why are you hitting yourself? Like, stop.
He spits and sucks
it back in. Right over her face. Like, no.
But he doesn't allow her to do that. And they land the plane. Some people do die. Some people do get dumped off.
He dies.
He fucking dies.
Yeah.
And so everybody who's left alive thanks her. They're like, thank you for saving our lives. And she's all, gulp.
No problem. That'll be $50.
Nobody realizes that
she was going to kill him.
She was going to kill everybody just to save her own ass. But
and around this time, Riddick, we think he's escaped. And then he eventually does. He's handcuffed to like a pipe or something. And he like dislocates his shoulders.
It's a pretty cool scene, though.
It was pretty cool.
Because he like
moves his shoulders all the way around.
I mean,
my understanding is that he pretty much did that.
Really?
Like for real.
He's like double jointed.
I think there was a little bit of like Hollywood magic, but I guess he was able to do it.
Oh, I can barely even grab my wallet.
You can barely
sometimes.
wipe your own butt. It's like, oh, it's such a stretch.
I'm like, honey.
I'm clean, right? You can pull your cheeks apart. What do you see? This looks like a Rorschach.
This is the only time you'll hear me. I think this is a quote from The Simpsons, but it's like, I wipe my butt with a rag on a stick. I think that's from The Simpsons. I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons.
Fucker. But he's escaped, so then the crew, they're going to look for Riddick.
Let's talk about the planet first. Let's talk about this planet.
3 suns on this planet.
And not like 3 suns.
Yeah.
Not just like 3 people that are like brothers.
Yeah, no, these are 3 big, not
stars.
Planets. Yeah, stars. That's the one.
Not planets.
It's very scientific, Brett. It's actually a star. I don't know if you know that.
3 suns.
Yeah.
Always daily. He's got to be fucking hot.
Yeah, they're like, great.
Shit.
Yeah, it's always going to be daytime here.
Yeah, it's always going to be daytime, and they have no food.
You look at the camera. Or is it?
They have no food and no water. The only thing they have is this alcohol that this one guy, this fucking Ogilvy.
Oh, yes. He's like an art trader or something like that. Is that what he does?
Let's talk about the name Ogilvy for a second.
All right.
Nobody is named Ogilvy and not a nerd. You ever watch Bad News Bears? That movie?
A long time ago.
There was a guy named Ogilvy. He was a fucking nerd. Tanner used to give him shit all the time. This guy's name is Ogilvy. He's a fucking nerd. If your name is Ogilvy, you're predestined.
You're fucked. Sorry.
It's like being named Candy and not becoming a stripper. It's like it's predestined.
Mm-hmm. It's in the stars.
3 of
them.
3
stars. They all point to exotic dancer
and nerd
and fucking nerd. Sorry,
the Venn diagram.
So we're gonna be a stripper nerd.
Your name is Candy Ogilvy.
Yeah. Here's your tassels. Here's a book. Pocket protector. And a wedgie. Off you go. Stage is that way.
I'm hot for teacher.
I brought my pencil. But that guy, Keith David's character is like, well, if there's like trees, I can't remember how he said it, but he's like, there's water. If there's a desert, there's water. We just got to find it.
Yeah, and so he's like very religious, and he's got his crew,
these boys with him that are like his pupils.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, that's
the
way I took it.
I don't know, but they see trees off in the distance.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, and then there's water,
and they go up.
So we should be all right.
But they're not trees; they're dead, like carcasses of like I don't know, big elephants.
Yeah, like bones and stuff like that. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
What did this?
Or did they just die because they're on a fucking desert?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't go wandering off. Let's try to fix this fucking ship. Let's try to get out of here.
One of the passengers, I think his name was Zeke, he thinks he sees Riddick, and so he shoots this guy, and it just turns out to be a random passenger that survived. It's like, oh, shit.
Well.
Good luck living with that for the rest of your very short life.
Short life. Because also, at this time, this Zeke guy, he's like, I don't know if why he's digging.
He finds a hole or something that leads to looks like a cave or something. He's like, I better crawl in there.
Because that's what you do.
Riddick might be in there.
He goes in there and there's like these monsters that grab him.
Yeah, something pulls him in. We don't see it right away, but yeah, something pulls him in and we hear gunshots.
Yeah. And everybody runs over there and they think that Riddick did it because he's standing there.
Yeah.
And Riddick's like, I didn't fucking do it. I didn't do anything. It's all about family.
I knew it.
It's about family. Okay.
Yeah, so John's the bounty hunter / cop guy, and the woman, I think she's like Shaza, They knock him out. Like, all right.
Yeah, Shaza.
Yeah, and this is where we find out Riddick's got a special gift. When he was in prison, he paid a guy like 20 cigarettes to modify his eyeballs so he could see in the dark.
Yeah. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Also convenient. That's going to come in handy.
Surgery in prison. Would you do it?
Yeah. Have some of that toilet wine. You get a little drunk. You're like, you know what sounds good?
I got 20 cigarettes. You say you can do it, right?
You could make it so I can see in the dark? Sure, pal.
You're not getting anesthesia.
Yeah, it's going to sting a little bit.
They accuse Riddick of doing it, but they quickly find out that it's not Riddick who did this.
Yeah, because Fry goes and explores where Zeke disappeared. And she actually sees the creatures this time. She's like, oh shit, there's like monsters down there.
How would you describe these creatures? Like fucking pterodactyl bats?
Yeah, they got like big heads and wings. Yeah, kind of gargoyle-y pterodactyls.
Bat like things.
A little bit of xenomorph.
Yeah, there you go.
And they make weird noises like, they sound like doves.
Johns is like, look.
Oh, yeah, Johns and Imam, they help her get out, so she barely escapes.
And she says, it wasn't Riddick who did it. There's some monster down there. And so Johns goes to Riddick and he's like, look, you help us survive, and maybe no one knows that you...
maybe I just tell people you died.
You died in the crash.
I'll let you go.
I'll let you go. And Riddick's like, okay, I'll believe you, kind of.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, oh, sure, well, yeah, I'll make a deal with you.
A couple of things here is that Fry tells Johns that she was going to kill everybody, and she feels really bad about it. And he's like, but you didn't do it. You know, he like tries to like make her feel good.
Yeah, I won't tell anybody.
Nah, I won't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that Johns isn't a police officer. He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, and a drug addict. We find that out a little later. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But he has been hunting Riddick for the bounty, and he finally has caught him. So, he's not a good guy.
No.
He likes to play it off, and we initially think that he's a good guy, but he's not.
He is not. He has ulterior motives. One of Imam's students gets killed right around this time. He gets attacked and eaten. And this is where... Oh, they also find a ship.
Yeah, they find this like
a geology station or something.
They find a community, so to speak, with buildings and shit, and there is a ship, and Fry thinks she can fix the ship.
Yeah, because it's broken.
She needs a couple of things back from the crash ship.
Power cells and stuff like that.
They also find out that these creatures, they live in the dark, right? But there's going to be an eclipse. Because every 22 years...
They find a model that has the 3 suns, and they start lining it up. They're like... Ogilvy, candy, stripper, nerds. Oh no! But they learn that every 22 years or something like that, there's an eclipse,
total eclipse of the heart.
Mm.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely, and you never come around.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit horny. But they're like, well, fuck. It's that's gonna happen like today.
We're 21.
22 years. That's this day.
Just coincidentally.
Oh,
so
goddamn.
Now they need Riddick more than ever because Riddick can see in the dark.
Those magic eyeballs.
It's like, all right.
It's like fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's like no one wanted to play with you.
Yeah.
Until they needed you.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it would be so much better if Rudolph was like the murdering reindeer, and then Santa Claus was like, all right.
Listen, I got to make a deal with you. You get me through this fog storm, maybe I tell everybody you ran off into the forest. You're not going to fuck me over, are you, Santa?
You're someone's venison jerky.
Fucking Charlie in the box. Rudolph, don't. It's a trick.
I've never heard of a Charlie in the box.
Oh, God.
Rudolph kills all the people on the island of misfit toys.
Fucks all the misfits.
Kills that fucking lion. What's up with that fucking lion? With
the one that kind of flies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the king of the misfit island toys.
Hey, who made that guy king?
Why is he a misfit? Because he's got fucking...
The misfit, they got a fucking monarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole political system is very strange.
It is. And why are they all dropped off on this fucking island?
Yeah.
I think he's hoarding them. He might slip a couple of
he slips some drugs or whatever.
No, he slips some bucks to the elves to make shitty toys.
Yeah, bring them here so I can have my way with them and bang them occasionally.
The Lion King, he rapes me every night.
Believe me. It's Rudolph, we're saved.
No, Rudolph, you can't take them. Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna get raped again.
Oh, Christ.
But and this is where Riddick reveals that John's gonna fuck me over.
Yeah, and Fry, I think, even says something to Riddick about that too. She's like, "You don't think Johns is gonna let you go?"
No, and he's like, also during that crash, when your buddy got injured, why do you think Johns told him there wasn't any morphine? It's because John's a fucking dope addict.
Yeah, and then we look over, and there's John's like shooting up.
And he's like, "Oh, hey guys,
Hey guys, what's going on? Anybody want some morphine?"
But like you were saying, they need 4 more power cells to bring that to the ship to repair it so that they can get the hell out of there.
It's like when you need like your batteries and your remote control go out, and you're looking all over the house for like 2 AA's.
You get your remote. You're like, which TV do I watch the least? Trip on batteries. Or you do the thing where you take the back off at first and you give the batteries a little spin. Sometimes that works.
Does it?
You don't do the spin?
Sometimes I only replace one of the batteries.
Yeah, and see if there's enough juice just to get you by.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just need to change one channel. It's not like the old days, like where if your remote control didn't work, you could just stand up and change the channel. You can't do that on a regular TV.
No, you're completely fucked.
You're just sitting there. I guess I'm watching fucking whatever.
Yep, fucking Talking Dead. All right.
Sorry, I need
All right,
the batteries.
let's do it. This is it. It's either that or we talk. What do you want to do?
But I can't turn the TV off because there's no batteries in this goddamn thing. So I have to unplug it. And if I unplug it, it loses everything. And then,
like, you know what? I'll just unplug it. We'll have a conversation. Like, no, leave Hardwick on. I don't want to talk to you. But they don't even make it to the ship. Like the suns go down.
Yeah.
Or they line up and
they do make it to the ship, but they make it to get the power cells.
Yeah,
but
yeah. They're on like a solar powered truck or something like that.
Yeah, and then on their way back, they don't make it in time.
That's right. That's when the eclipse happens.
And then other motherfuckers start dying too.
Yeah, because like thousands of these things fly out of the caves.
We kind of see from Riddick's point of view what he's seeing. Kind of cheesy graphics, but it's 2000, so I'll forgive that.
Whatever.
But this fucking bullshit pterodactyl bats flying through the air.
We see that Shazza woman get ripped apart. That was kind of cool.
She gets torn apart.
Yeah. One of the kids is hiding, and he also gets killed.
We should mention that there's a kid named Jack. I talked about that person.
That idolizes Riddick and starts dressing like him.
Yeah.
Shaves his head.
They're walking now back to the ship that they're going to repair. And it's John's.
And now it's dark, so Riddick's leading them.
There's John's, Fry, this Jack kid, and Keith David and one of Keith David's students. They're the only ones left alive. And they got lights so they can keep these fucking creatures away. But they keep following them. And Riddick turns and he's like, they smell the blood. And they're like, blood?
None of us are bleeding.
Yeah. Blood on the girl. And he looks towards Jack. And
Come on now, that was a girl.
I don't know how they didn't notice this.
Yeah, that was obviously a girl.
It's a girl, and she's been posing as a boy because she thought that she would get more respect.
Yeah.
But she started her cycle.
She's got her menses.
Yeah.
Her aunt's in town.
And they can smell it, so they're after her. So Johns pulls Riddick aside, and he's like, look, why don't we just do this? Why don't you kill the girl? We'll sacrifice the girl, and we'll make the run for it.
Yeah, and we'll like drag her behind us at a safe distance as bait, basically.
Yeah, so they'll stay after her.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah, Riddick's like, or I could do something else. Or I could give him bigger bait. And he's like who? And then they start fighting.
Yeah, hand-to-hand combat.
Yep. Riddick kills Johns.
Yep.
Which was kind of cool.
It was cool.
Because he was an asshole.
Yeah, and he gets eaten.
He does.
Oh, that Ogilvy guy, the fucking nerd.
Oh, he got eaten a long time
ago.
ago.
He got eaten around this time because he fucks him over because he starts like freaking out. It reminded me of Jurassic Park with the guy that runs into the toilet. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh God, he starts like scurrying away because he's afraid of the monsters, but he breaks their light rigging and then he gets eaten.
Yeah.
So he's dead.
And then they keep going through these trenches and stuff, and another one of Keith David is just Keith David, the girl boy.
Mm-hmm. Riddick and Fry.
Riddick and Fry now. Left. And they're in a cave.
And they have torches.
But they start going out.
Yeah, it starts raining.
And Riddick and Fry take off.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one more student left, and then that student also dies.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, it's just that group.
They find these like lightning bug slugs,
yeah.
and they put them in
Fucking
jars.
glowworms or something.
They put. Did you have a glowworm?
I wanted one. I didn't have one though. Did you?
No.
Aw.
I was a little old for glowworms.
Yeah. I
My
wanted one.
cousin had one.
Mm.
I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was one of those toys that it's like, I kind of want that, but I don't want to tell
I'm
anybody.
too old. I don't want to get beaten up either.
But they put them in jars, and that provides some light. Riddick and Fry go, and they leave Keith David and Jack behind, and they say, "We'll be back for you."
Yeah, and Riddick makes it, and he powers up the ship.
And he's ready to go. And Fry's like, "We got to go back to get him." And Riddick's like, "No, we don't. Let's just get the fuck out
And
of
we
here."
learned that Riddick also is a pilot. He's like, I can fly this thing and get us out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I could fly by myself if you don't want to stay. Either way, I'm going.
And Fry's like, "But we got to." And he's like, "No, we don't. Come on, come with me." And she's just about ready to go with him. And then she's like, "Fuck this." She's like, "I'm going to go save him.
I'm
I have to."
going to fight you.
And he's like, "You're going to put your life in line for them?"
For those people? And she's like, yeah. And I think he's like, interesting. All right.
And then he does.
It's like, I'm going to join you.
Yep. And so they go
Why the hell
back
not?
and they get her, or they get them.
Yep.
And
They make it back.
They make it back. But somehow Fry, or Riddick gets separated.
Riddick falls behind. And he's surrounded by fucking aliens.
Yep. But he notices that they have a blind spot.
Yeah, and he's kind of
moving
juking him.
with the guy to stay in his blind spot, but then another one comes and another one comes, and they're all surrounding him. And Fry comes and saves.
I'm gonna go back for him. Yep.
Yeah, and saves him. And he makes it to the ship, but Fry gets eaten.
He gets got.
And so he gets in the ship with Keith David and Jack, and
They fly away.
They get ready to fly away, and then he shuts it down. And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then all of a sudden, the thing is surrounded by all these
Like,
fucking
what the hell are you
creatures.
doing? You're gonna kill us all.
And then he punches it, and
Yeah,
it's
just
like
fries all of them.
they all go up.
That's pretty cool.
And then Jack says to Keith David, "Like, what do we tell them?"
Yeah, when we get to our destination, what are we gonna do about Riddick?
Oh yeah, Jack asks Riddick then what they should tell the authorities about him, and Riddick says, "Just tell them that Riddick died."
Yeah. Like, but I don't lie. And he's like, oh,
You told everybody you were a boy and you're
That's
really a
true.
girl. False. No, but he just says that.
yeah, and that's
and
pretty
then
much the end.
That's the end.
Yeah, what'd you think?
This movie spawned 2 sequels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chronicles of
I,
Riddick
I think I saw the sequel.
came out in 2004.
But I didn't see the third one. Is that one just called Riddick?
that one came.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, so there was the Chronicles of Riddick in 2004, and then Riddick in 2013. It also had like some other like smaller, maybe animated
Little offshoots.
offshoots
Yeah.
or small films or some shit like that. I don't know. It's kind of like the Matrix, right? Where after the Matrix came out, it was so popular. They had the Animatrix.
That's
and they
right.
had everything was the fucking Matrix.
I didn't see any of that shit.
Neither did I, because it all sucked. This movie reminded me a lot of Ghosts of Mars.
Oh, definitely.
And we had just watched John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars a couple weeks ago. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, this would have been a better movie to pair with it.
Yeah, David, you dumbass.
You know what the
should pair these.
difference between this movie and John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars is?
This one's better.
This one's good.
Yeah.
It has a better story. It has better action. Listen, is it great?
No.
No.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Is it good? It's okay. It's not going to get 5 heads from anybody. If anybody thinks this is a 5-head movie,
It's my favorite movie.
their name is Vin Diesel. But it's not bad. It's entertaining. It's got some good kills in it. And I thought the acting was pretty good. I like Cole Hauser. I've always liked Cole Hauser since I saw him in Dazed and Confused back in the day. He's one of the high schoolers in that movie.
Vin Diesel's good. Keith David.
Vin Diesel does good. I like Keith David, obviously. Everybody does a good job in this movie. The graphics are a little meh.
Yeah.
And the story is like, whatever. It's pretty simplistic. There's a lot of holes in it. But
A lot of conveniences.
very much
Yeah.
so. Like, oh, I have these eyes and I can pilot everything. And I'm really good at Scrabble. Like, what else? What
I
else?
get the Wordle in 2 tries every time. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten Wordle in 2 tries?
I have.
I did once.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck
Just
just
feel like you
happened?
could fucking walk on water.
I'm waiting for that day that I get it on the first try.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Do you guess the same word every time as your first word?
Usually,
Yeah.
every once in a while, I'll change it up.
It's like the lottery, dude. Once you start
stick
guessing
with those
one,
numbers, because as soon as you switch off it, then it's gonna hit.
it's gonna be that word.
and you'll be like, no.
I would have gotten it. I would have gotten it.
Sure, you would have.
All in all, I'm gonna give this movie 2.5.
Okay.
Pamela Voorhees
Yeah,
Heads.
I'm pretty much right there too. I was between a 2.5 and a 3. I feel like a 3 is a bit of a stretch because there are a lot of holes. The first half of the movie, not a whole lot happens, so it's a little slow to start. I think once it gets going, it's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5 as well.
There you go.
It's a fun movie. It's worth a watch.
Did you like it when you saw it the first time? In the
I
theater?
loved it, and it's funny you asked because when I was watching it this time, about a third of the way in, I was like,
Why did I love
I'm
it?
a little bored. Why did I like this movie so much? And then once it picked up, I was like, oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Which is kind of similar how I felt about Ghost of Mars. Like once the action picked up, I was like, oh yeah, this movie's fun. But this movie is better.
Yes.
We'll return after these messages.
Hold on. I just need to turn my page.
Turn the page.
Turn the page. Here I am.
On the road
On the road again.
Here I am.
Up on that stage. There I go.
Did Metallica
Yeah.
cover that?
Here I am. On the road again. Yeah.
James Hetfield here.
Yeah.
Is that Bob Seger? Bob Seger did
Yeah.
that song originally, right?
Uh-huh. He sure did. He sure did.
And the Silver Bullet Band. Hi, I'm Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Hollywood Nights.
Those Hollywood,
Dude,
yeah.
I love that song. What was that big ballad? Was it the We Got Tonight? Was that him? Who needs tomorrow?
We got tonight, babe.
Why don't you stay? Dude, that makes me want to just grab you
Grab me?
by the hips and just move back and forth.
And
Like,
I'll grab you on the shoulders.
yes, middle school slow dance waddle.
We both get a boner and
We sway and they
just
touch. Boop, like a Chinese finger trap.
We got tonight.
I got a boner.
tonight. Who needs tomorrow? I like with Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
Joe Cocker
yeah.
had that one duet with that one chick. Do you remember that song?
They're the Up Where We Belong.
No,
Was that Joe
not-
Cocker?
Yeah, that was Joe Cocker. Wasn't there another one though?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a couple of those ballads.
Yeah, I don't know. But maybe it was Up Where We Belong. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry. Fly.
I thought it was Cry.
Don't
Oh, the Eagles fly. They also cry.
On a mountain high.
That's right.
Love lift us. Maybe there's cry in another
Maybe
part of the
it's, I
song.
don't know. Eagles fly makes more
Where
sense.
babies cry and pigs live in a sty. They're like, Joe, he's all, love lift us up where we
And
belong.
they're like, oh shit, he's having a seizure. Like, no, this is how I
This is
sing.
sing. The next film that we looked at then was 30 Days of Night, another film that I'd never seen. This movie came out in 2007.
We can last the month.
Released October 19th, 2007, 30 Days of Night. What was the number one movie that week?
I'm going with 30 Days of Night.
You are correct, sir.
Boom.
If you get the number one song,
No.
I will shit my pants right now.
You'll eat a nugget of your own shit.
I will.
For my pleasure.
What do you think the
And I'll
number
watch.
one song was?
I'm going Umbrella by Rihanna.
How does that song go? Umbrella,
Ella,
Ella,
under my umbrella.
I like that
Ella.
song,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's not the song.
Damn it.
The song is called "Crank That Soulja Boy" by Soulja Boy. Tell 'em.
I like hip hop, but that's not my jam.
It's not really hip hop though. I feel
just-
like that's just like there was that song "Whip." Watch me whip.
Watch me
Oh,
nay
watch
nay.
me nay nay.
Yeah.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay nay.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's
I
just
don't want to
like-
watch you do either of those things.
It's like saying that Chubby Checker with the twist. Like any song that's like this is how you dance.
Yeah,
That's not like whatever genre it is.
Yeah, I
That's not
already
rock.
can't dance. I don't need you to teach me some shitty dance that I won't be able to perform.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
What's the one that they always play at like weddings? It's like
There's a few of them. There's like the
crisscross, crisscross.
And they're like, slide to the left, slide to the right. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, but no, thank you.
Yeah, I hate that song. I hate the fucking hokey pokey. I hate the Macarena.
Stop telling me what to
I
do.
hate the fucking everything. I hate every
Fucking hand jive. Get out of here.
I hate all songs about dancing.
Yeah. 30 Days of Night.
Written by Steve Niles, Stuart Beattie, and Brian Nelson, based on 30 Days of Night comic book by Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith. Directed by David Slade. David Slade directed Hard Candy. You ever see that movie?
I've not. I've heard it's good.
You should see that. He directed Twilight, Eclipse.
That I've seen.
Not good. He directed Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
I remember that, yeah. It was a choose your own adventure one.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
It was really weird.
And then the upcoming movie called Dark Harvest,
Ooh.
which I don't know anything about.
We should have paired that with Pitch Black. 30 Days of Night and
It
Dark
hasn't
Harvest.
come out yet.
Oh, well, there you go. They get off on a technicality that it hasn't been made or isn't out.
Music by Brian Reitzel. Cast stars Josh Hartnett as Sheriff Eben Olison, Danny Houston, which is Angelica Houston's brother.
Ah.
He was also the sax man in American Horror Story Coven.
Oh, okay. Yes. He was also in the Aviator. He was the Pan Am guy. I think. I don't know. He was one of the airline guys.
It's been a while since I've seen The Aviator, but I remember it was a good movie.
It was really
It's got
good.
Leo in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, but yeah, he's Angelica Houston's brother,
I did not know that.
half brother.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
I don't know what they share. If they share a mom, he was married to Virginia Madsen.
Really? Wow. Is Mimi Rogers there? Did
No, Mimi
Fred
Rogers.
Gwynn, did he officiate the wedding?
Nope.
No. First dance was to the Shocker song.
He was married to Virginia Madsen from 89 to 92.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. All right.
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster.
He's the stranger. I know him from 3:10 to Midnight.
Okay.
He's Russell Crowe's like right-hand man. Bad guy.
Never seen that.
That's good.
3:10 to midnight.
That's what I
3:10
said.
to
3:10 to
Yuma.
Yuma. Did I say 3:10 to Midnight?
Yeah. It's like
I'm just fucking up today.
Mark Boone Jr. from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Riding through this world.
I know him from Batman Begins also.
Yeah, he plays
Like that crooked cop
Yeah,
eating the falafel.
but I know him from Sons of Anarchy. Did you ever watch that show? It
A little bit.
was all right.
Yeah,
I never
I liked
finished.
what I saw, but yeah, I didn't get
finished
very
the show.
far.
There was a season, like the first 3 seasons were fucking awesome, and then there was a season where they go to Ireland.
There's a drop off.
It's just, it's just lame.
Wasn't your bag.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is in this. There's some other fucking people. There's a lot of people. I was surprised. Do you know where this movie was filmed? Because I don't.
No.
I would assume Alaska, but
Yeah, either that or a back lot made to look like Alaska. But yeah,
but there was a lot of people in this cast that were New Zealanders.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I was like trying to find out where they filmed it because I thought, well, maybe they filmed it there,
Right.
but maybe it's just a lot of good actors from New Zealand.
Or the north of New Zealand maybe is where they filmed it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Budget of this movie was $30 million. What do you think the box office was? We already know it was the #1 movie.
Yeah, I think this movie did well. What did I say on Pitch Black? Did I guess 60? I'll guess the same thing. I'll go 60.
75.
Nice.
$75.5 million. Sam Raimi also produced this movie. So
Oh, yeah.
he had a little bit to do with it. Okay. 30 Days of Night. What's this movie about? If I had to describe this movie, I already knew what this movie was about before I even saw it because they tell you in the previews pretty much. It's like there's this town in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's the most northern city in the United States.
Vampires go north. That's how I would describe it.
Pretty much. For every winter, for 30 days, the sun doesn't rise. So it's just dark. The vampires have found out about this place
It's like a little honey hole.
and they're going to go there.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of people there. So it's like, why go there? Like, you're just going to kill everybody. And then
Maybe
you
there was
won't
just
be able
enough
to-
food supply to sustain them for 30 days. Maybe they did the math. They're like, okay, there's a dick joke here. Oh, we can eat these people. Okay, this is all
Uranus.
working out. Yeah, Uranus. Actually, it's Uranus. Like, also, you're a stripper and a nerd, so fuck off, Candy Ogilvy.
The town of Barrow, Alaska. Is this a real place?
I don't know.
I didn't even look it
My
up.
mom lived in Alaska for a little bit, and I remember her telling me, like, when I was a kid, that there were times where there was, like, almost no sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also the opposite, times where, like, the sun was pretty
doesn't
much
go
always
down.
out.
I remember the closest I've been to, like, Canada or even Alaska, but the most northern is when I was up in Seattle for a little while for a work trip. And I remember thinking it was like 9 o'clock at night and the sun was still up.
Yeah, days
It
seemed
was
longer.
in summer. And yeah, it was just like, what the fuck?
What's going on here?
Why is it still daylight?
What's
I'm
going on?
used to being, because I was like not tired then.
Like, does this Seattle have 3 suns? What's going on here?
Good thing I got my eyes operated on.
I got these special eyeballs so I can see in the dark.
Josh Hartnett plays the Sheriff Eben. Now, you know his name is Eben, by the way, because they say his fucking name
They
in
do
this
say his
movie
name a lot.
about 1,000 times. Eben.
It's Eben.
It's ridiculous how many times, and we've talked about that before, like in movies, how you don't like it when they're like,
It's funny you say that, though, because I didn't pick up on it. And usually
my God.
I pick up on that stuff immediately, and it drives me nuts.
my daughter watched this movie with me, and my daughter goes, God, we get it. His
She goes,
name is
Dad,
Eben.
what's his name? Like, all right.
My daughter really liked this movie, by the way.
Did she?
Yeah,
Cool.
she liked it. She thought it was cool. I'm okay with her seeing gore, especially cartoony type gore.
Yeah, this movie's fine for kids. I mean, yeah, if you don't have a problem with violence. There's nothing else going on, really.
It's fucking fake vampires, dude.
Yeah.
Not those real vampires.
That's like the real ones that they have down south. Your northern fake.
So this town in Barrow, Alaska, they're like packing up everything. People are going to go
Yeah,
down
it's
south.
the last day.
It's the last day before it's 30 days of night.
I'm going to fly south for the winter like a bunch of geese.
Yep. Some people are leaving. Some people are staying. And they're just getting ready. There's this woman. Her name is Stella. And she is part of the fire marshal or some shit like that.
Yeah, and she's the estranged wife of Eben.
And she's in town and she's getting ready to leave because she doesn't want to be there anymore because she doesn't want to be close to her ex. Well, they're still married.
Possibly soon to be ex.
And so she's driving to the airport, but she gets into a car accident. She can't make her flight. The flight leaves.
Yeah, she misses
And
it.
she's fucked because there's not going to be another plane that'll land there for another 30 days.
Yeah, and some other weird shit's going on too. Eben and the other cop, Billy, they find like a pile of cell phones that have all been burned.
Oh, Billy.
Billy. Like, why would somebody do this?
A question for you. Why won't a plane land for those 30 days?
I don't know. It's too dark.
Planes take off and land in the dark all the time.
I didn't really think about that.
12 hours out of the day. I mean, not 12.
Yeah, you could probably radio in an airplane, right?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, have you ever been on
They're
a
like,
plane that
they're
landed
we
at
got a
night?
hard stop at midnight. Like, no more flights. Sorry. Like, can't you just fly somebody in tomorrow? Well, they kind of address that because the town's communications also get destroyed. Like the radio, I think all that, the phones,
Well,
all
I
that stuff
understand
gets
that,
taken
but
out.
she says because she missed the flight, she's like, I can't stay here for 30 days. But why? Okay, I understand that there's not going to be the sun coming up, but
Yeah.
I'm talking pre-vampires. Nobody knows there's fucking vampires. Nobody knows that everything is going to get destroyed yet. She misses her flight, and she's like, no flight's going to be here for 30 days. Why?
Yeah, why not? Also,
Why not?
Like, I know your car got into a wreck, but there are other cars. Are there roads? Could you maybe drive a little south?
Well, I don't know. They would take forever. You know how big Alaska is?
That's true. It's a big state.
Alaska's 4 times the size of Texas.
Fair enough.
Texas is fucking huge.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. They're not driving anywhere. But
Also,
I guess I just
and you
don't
can't go by
understand.
sled because all the huskies in the town also get slaughtered.
yeah, all these dogs just got murdered.
Yeah, stabbed.
Did you hug Matt?
I gave
just a
my
little
bit
bit
extra little
closer?
squeeze, a little husky. I said, "Close your eyes. Don't you look, damn you." I'm like, pipe down. That's how she talks.
There's like this person that starts some shit in like a diner,
Yeah,
and this guy, I don't know what kind
he's
of
got nasty teeth, and he's just a gross
you
looking,
know, his
dirty
breath,
dude.
His breath smells like a
smells
butthole.
like shit. Yeah,
It's like, come on, dude. At least get some fucking Colgate or
yeah.
something.
Your breath smells like a combination of kitty litter and shit.
Get a soda, rinse that out.
Yeah, come on.
Something.
Just take a mint leaf and just put it in his mouth. Chew on it, chew
now
on this,
talk.
buddy.
Anyway, they arrest him because he starts some shit. So Josh Hartnett arrests him. Stella helps him out with the arrest.
Yeah, she pulls a gun out, and he's like, "Oh shit, you got a gun?"
They lock him up, and this guy starts talking shit, and he's like,
"You don't know what's coming.
You don't know what's coming. They're gonna come for me, and they're gonna get you." And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking
shut
about?"
up.
Eben's got a little brother who's like 15 years old, and he's got his grandma who's a pot smoker.
Yeah, I like that.
And it helps with her cataracts.
And there's another towns guy. That's the Mark Boone Jr. character. I think his name's Bo. He's like the town outcast. He lives kind of out in the sticks. Doesn't interact much with anybody.
No. And they all kind of eventually come together because shit starts going south.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. Power goes out, as David said.
There's a helicopter pilot. His helicopter gets destroyed and put into this machine called the Muffin Monster, which is like, it's like the Mangler.
It's worse
It's
than
like
the
a trash
Mangler,
compactor kind of thing.
But it just like has these teeth and it just eats everything that goes through it.
Yeah, so it ate his helicopter, or
Did
most
you-
of it.
When you saw that, were you like, okay, someone's getting
Yeah, I
thrown
was like,
through that.
oh, yeah, we just wink at the camera.
Someone's going to die.
Someone's going in that thing before this movie's over.
God. I guess that would be the way to go. Because
That'd
it's
be pretty quick.
instantaneous,
Yeah.
right?
You just want to make sure those teeth line right up with the skull. Like, give me one good crush and let it be over.
Yeah, knowing my luck, it would be like slow.
Yeah, get the tip of your penis first. You're like, and then it gets, and then just one ball, and you're like, oh, why? No, my funny bone. No, this is going terribly.
So Jake is the younger brother, and then Stella and other of these survivors, they take up shelter together because, like I said, the power's gone out and they just don't know what the fuck is going on. But all of a sudden, there's like the fucking massacre.
Yeah, fucking vampire massacre.
And these vampires, they start coming out, and they're not like your fucking Interview with a Vampire. Hi, I'm Tom Cruise and sexy Brad Pitt.
They don't even speak English.
No, they're like they speak like Klingons.
Yeah.
They're like
I'm sorry about that.
and they scream and they're like
Yeah.
I told my wife, I was like, you love vampires. She loves vampires, right? She's like, oh, the Lost Boys and Interview with the Vampire, especially.
Right.
And I go, that's because those guys are like hot guys.
Yeah, these are all gross vampires.
This is what vampires would be like if they were real. They'd be all nasty.
And she was like, she was so hot and bothered. It's like, it's even better.
she was so wet.
Yeah. He went to bed that night and she rolls over and she goes, and you're like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm seducing you.
Role player. Yeah, this is what vampires would look like. It's just like mermaids, right? Every guy, well, not every guy, because I never had this fantasy, but
A banging a fish.
But like when they see the top portion of mermaids, they're always hot, like
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and their boobs are out or whatever.
Their boobs are
No-
out.
no
and
seashells.
They're all hot and shit. But meanwhile, they would look like fucking ghoulies. They
Yeah,
look like
yeah.
the fish ghoulie.
Yeah, they're like, nah, you want to bang me? You're like,
Well,
it's got
I
a
mean,
string of fish poop coming out of their butt. You're
will.
Like,
I will.
The answer's still yes. Because it looks very squishy. It's really more about the feel for me.
Why did this myth even start? Why were fucking sailors like, oh, look at that fucking manatee. I want to fuck
I guess
it.
yeah, that's how it started. It was like they're out at sea for months or whatever, and they're like, I just want to bang a fish. Anything slimy.
Hey, the fish that you caught the other day, did you ever think?
You ever think
Listen,
about sticking
Tom,
your dick in it?
you know the gills on the side? You just stick your dick through that part and then
I feel like it'd be hard to get out. Out through the mouth. Oh.
And Tom's all, you know what, Bill? I have. And as a matter of fact, I've done it. You fucked a
and
fish?
it feels amazing.
Just tell everybody it was half woman. They can't
You're
blame
like,
you for that.
Yeah.
Which
that's
half? Well, the top half. Because if it's the bottom half, that's the woman. Yes, you could fuck it. But then you'd be looking at a fish face. So let's say we fucked a fish.
With a top half of a woman.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
No one's going to care.
Yeah, foolproof plan.
Sounds good. Let's
Yep,
do it.
Let's do it. Slice that thing open. But yeah, a bunch of people get mauled by these vampires.
Fucking fish fuckers. Yeah, everybody, I mean, it's a massacre.
Yeah, and the power goes
And
out.
this fucking town, like, there's snow on the ground, right? And there's just blood everywhere. Like, it looks really cool.
the
There's,
red
like,
with
the red
juxtaposed with the blood or the white of the snow.
and
Yeah.
it's dark, but it's like you can still see, but it's just blood spraying everywhere, and they're just killing people, and sometimes they're just fucking with people. Mm-hmm. Like they toy with them, like they
and
almost
they use
get
some
off
people
on
as
it.
bait. Yeah,
They
they
get off
injure
on 'em.
people. Right.
Yeah. But they end up hiding, and they find out that there's this guy in town who's gone, and he has an attic that has a hidden staircase.
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah, and the house is boarded up for
So
the winter. So
they
let's
all
go there.
Go there, and they hide in this hidden attic. This guy at the police station.
yeah. The main vampire, was it Marlowe?
Yeah.
Goes to visit him, and it's very Renfield, Dracula.
Oh.
Kind of like he thinks that he's going to turn him into a vampire. Is the way I took it. Like, hey, I'm going to be rewarded for going into this town, sabotaging everything, and setting it up for you. And he's like, oh, that's cute.
Yep.
He just fucking snaps his neck. He did.
We cut to like some time has passed. It's like
Everybody's in the attic being
18
being
days.
noisy as fuck.
just fucking.
Wouldn't you be quiet? Everybody's banging fishes.
We need more fish.
I need another can of
Did you
tuna.
say fishes?
Fishes. Fish.
Just cans of tuna.
Just banging albacore. Like, I hope this is dolphin safe. Well,
It is now.
whatever.
Well, I don't know what that means. They're in this attic, and it's like 18 days later. So they've been stuck for like 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks.
It's got to stink.
It's got to stink. What are they eating?
Where are they pooping?
They have to sneak down and use the bath. This guy's going to come home after this 30 days and be like, what the fuck did you guys do to my bathroom?
It just blew it up. You can't flush. The vampires are outside just waiting for
It's just a
gloop.
It's just a
There they
stack.
are.
It's just a stack,
Just a
of,
stack
shit.
of shit.
It's like a mound.
Oh, it's like a J. John all piled up.
There's a blizzard that hits, and there's a whiteout.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
So the whiteout causes like the vampires to retreat because it's got. I guess they don't like the light. Right?
Yeah,
Is that what you
I
got
guess
out of
so.
that?
Or maybe they don't like the cold.
Or both.
Yeah, I didn't really understand like what difference was that going to make.
I thought the whiteout made it because you know how like when you see snow.
Yeah, it's
like,
really bright. I guess.
That's what I thought.
Or maybe the snowstorm, like it gets in their eyes, and their eyes are
They're
very
blinded.
sensitive. Yeah, maybe they don't have goggles.
They need some.
Yeah, one of the fucking vampires comes out wearing goggles, like Ogilvy, you fucking idiot.
I come prepared.
Like, ugh,
I hate that Ogilvy vampire.
fucking vampire, stupid ass nerd. Give him a wedgie.
But they go and they pick up like Oreos and
Yeah, they get some supplies, and also like along the way, some of the different characters get killed. I think the helicopter pilot gets killed. Eben sees one of his buddies; he gets killed.
yeah, a lot of people
they're just
die.
they're just getting picked off. Yeah, but yeah, they go on a little supply run, and at the store they find a little girl that's eating a woman, but it's like a girl vampire who has tattoos. I thought that was a little strange.
They chop her head off.
Yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Hartnett finds out that if you take an axe,
Eben's brother, I think, is the one that does it, like axes her, but he's like all shaken up about it.
yeah, but Josh Hartnett had found out that if you take an axe and you chop their heads off,
And that gets the job done.
that gets the job done. Let's see here. Oh, this is when that Bo guy, Mark Boone
Yeah,
Jr.
yeah.
That's when he like fucking gets in his trencher.
Yes,
And
because he's going to create a diversion because Josh Hartnett wants to go to his grandma's house to get the UV light that she uses to grow her weed.
Yep.
And they're like, if we use generators, we can use those UV lights to hurt the vampires.
So
Yeah, so
Bo
gets
gets in
in-
this.
it's like a plow, but it's got like almost like a saw blade, kind of like a chainsaw.
it's a trencher,
Yeah, on the front of it.
but it does look like a.
It's
chainsaw.
fucking awesome.
And he starts fucking
Just
kicking ass.
mowing vampires down with it.
And he's got a shotgun, and he's just kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, that part was pretty badass. And then he crashes into a
Like
a hotel or
I
something.
don't know what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Runs out of.
He's got some
ammo.
Molotov cocktails or something, or some dynamite. I can't remember. He's gonna blow himself up,
Yeah.
but he kind of fails. I felt so bad for him. Like he blows up, but he just goes flying.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually die. And then Marlowe comes up and just fucking stomps his head.
Oh, crushes it.
Yeah,
It was kind of
it
disgusting.
was gross.
I had to rewind it and watch it
Deposit
again.
Get that can of tuna. You're like, oh yeah, that's a good death.
They do use the UV light, and it does kill one of the vampires. But then Marlowe like gets their generator somehow and destroys that. I don't know. They don't use the UV light again.
No, yeah, it's very brief.
So now it's like 2 weeks later, and Billy, remember
Yeah, it's
Billy?
like day 27. Billy, the other cop.
Billy's been hiding and he's signaling to them
with the flashlight through the window.
And so they go and get him. And
so this was sad. They find that he killed his entire family. Like, he didn't want them to turn into vampires, so he just killed them.
Yeah.
And Eben's like, that was your family, man. You don't do that. They take Billy back with them to the station or whatever.
Well, and they say they got to go to the place, like the power place, the utilidor.
Yeah, to get the power back on.
Utilidor. And they want to go there because that's the power and sewage treatment station, and that still has power. So they go down that way. Stella is with this little girl, and they're hiding under this car, and they're like freezing to death. And the vampires don't know where they are. So Josh Hartnett's got to go rescue them. But there's this big ass tough vampire who comes to the utilidor, and he starts fighting. This is the guy who falls in the muffin cruncher.
Yeah, he fights Billy.
Yeah.
And Billy gets bit. Well, he's fighting both of them, I think. He bites Billy.
But Billy's the one who shoves him into
the fucking mangler.
The mangler. And he goes...
He's like, the tip of my penis.
But no, he goes quick.
Yeah.
But Billy does get bit, and he starts turning. So Josh Hartnett...
Oh, and Billy loses his arm. Like, part of his arm gets stuck in the mangler thing, and he pulls up like a stub. Oh.
Josh Hartnett has to kill him. Josh Hartnett also has to kill another guy. Earlier on, the guy was like,
right.
I was bit, but...
I don't want to turn.
I don't want to turn.
I want to be with my family. Like, why don't you just
chop my head off, please?
Yeah, he takes him in the back room and...
Yeah. Takes him a couple of swings, though.
Yeah, when he kills... Oh, we're talking about when he kills Billy? Yeah, it takes several hits. The axe was dull.
The axe blade is not sharp. Josh Hartnett's like, fuck, I got to go save Stella and this little girl.
Yeah, now we're at the point where the sun's going to come up tomorrow.
But... they're going to die. They could die tonight.
Well, because he says, hey, good news, the sun's going to come up. Can you just hang out, like, underneath the car? And it's like, no, I can't, because Marlowe's got other plans.
Yeah.
And he cuts, like, oil pipelines, so now there's oil leaking into the tree. He's going to burn the whole town to the ground.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit at this point.
Well, and he doesn't want any evidence that they've been there either.
Yeah, because he doesn't want the population to know that vampires exist.
Yep.
So Hartnett's like, fuck this.
And he's like, we can't win. We're screwed.
Bing!
Unless somebody does something.
So he takes a needle, a syringe, and he takes some blood from Billy, and he injects it in himself.
No. He starts turning right away.
To turn himself into a vampire. And he goes out there. He goes, the only way we can fight him is if we become one of them. He goes, and these guys, when they started turning, they still knew who they were, and they still knew
They had
us.
some consciousness for a little bit, at least. He's like, I can fight him and not turn.
So he goes out there and he starts fighting these fuckers, this Marlowe guy, as everybody watches, right? Because Marlowe's the leader. And so it's like, everybody watches.
Get in a big circle. Yeah. Kick his ass.
Kick his ass, Marlowe.
Come on, Marlowe, you got this.
Well, Marlowe does beat the shit out of Josh Hartnett. And then he like flies at him. And Hartnett fucking sticks his hand out. And it goes right through Marlowe's.
Punches right through him.
Right through his mouth.
Yeah.
And out the back of his head. What the fuck? It was kind of like oh shit, that's over.
Yeah. Yeah, he dies kind of quickly and unexpectedly.
Very unexpectedly.
But it was cool.
It was pretty fucking cool.
The effect was cool.
And then all the vampires are like, well,
sun's coming up. Peace out.
Yeah, they're
we
like,
gotta get the fuck out of here.
I guess he fucking is dead now. Yeah. I guess Josh Hartnett's our leader now. But no, they don't say that. They peace out. And then the last scene of the movie is Eben, Josh Hartnett, hugging Stella, and they're watching the sun rise together because they said that they were going to watch the sunrise together.
Yeah.
They're watching the sunrise.
And at this point, they had reconciled. It's like, I never should have left you. I feel really bad.
Well, it's been fucking 30 days that they've been stuck together. They should have reconciled.
Like, I never noticed how attractive you are. Okay, thanks.
But the sun starts coming up, and then he starts frying.
They kiss, and he starts screaming and turning into ash. It's really sad.
And she just hugs him as he turns into fucking ash.
Yeah, he's dead.
The end. What'd you think?
I like this movie. I wish it were better, which I know is a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
I think all the vampire, like the violence and gore in this movie is awesome. Like Josh Hartnett axing everyone is awesome. I liked the Josh Hartnett character. I don't like that the vampires talked the way that they did. I wish they had just spoken. I think it would have been scarier if they were able to like have conversations or learn more about their motives. Or I thought the vampire part of the story was a little thin. Like
Yeah.
we didn't get like what's the game plan here? Like what are they going to do after they kill all these people? Are they going to go to some other town? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like I would have liked to know more about all of that. But like I said, the effects are really cool. I like the setting. I like the concept of having a vampire movie taking place in the snow.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the sun being gone for 30 days. I just wish that they had done more with the concept. So I think it's a movie that works really well on paper. The execution.
And who knows, maybe the comic book is good.
Yeah. So much like Pitch Black, I'm kind of between a 2.5 and a 3 on this one. I think I'm going to go 3. I think I'm going to go a little higher. Just because I think the action and the gore is a little bit better than Pitch Black.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to give it a 3 also. Everything that you said, and the only thing that I'll say is like, it's a good movie. I think people should watch it. I think it's a good vampire story, but I do agree, and you bring up a really good point. It's like, we don't really hate, I mean, we hate the vampires because they're killing people, but we don't get time to hate them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we need time to hate the villain. We need something to happen to hate the villain. And nothing really, I'm trying to remember, does anything really happen that we're like, I mean, besides them
Other
killing
than
them,
some of the people that die. But yeah, there's not. We don't really learn
we know
what their motives or anything. Or
no, we know Marlowe's an asshole, but why?
Right.
So, yes, they should expand on that. I wish they would have expanded on that a little bit more. But overall, it's a good movie. A lot of good kills, a lot of good gore, and good story and everything. So, 3 from me too.
Cool.
So 3 overall.
Look at that. Same page today.
We're on the same page, David. And if you have any thoughts on these movies or you want to get in touch with us, you can. How can they, David?
On social media, if you go to Twitter, Facebook, the Slasher app, YouTube, just search the Swearwolves on all of those platforms. On Instagram, look for us under the Swearwolves Podcast. You can go to our website, theswearwolves.com. You can email us at swearwolvespodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 623-282-1851.
So for the Swearwolves this week, I'm Ogilvy.
And I'm Candy.